You're still watching Market Review with memiliki. Indonesian bonds have the potential to be an attractive investment instrument because it provides regular income through coupons and have relatively manageable risk compared to other investment instruments. Investors can also enjoy potential capital gains if bond prices in the secondary market rise. And how interesting the potential of Indonesia's bond market in Indonesia. To dig deeper on this topic, I'm going to have a conversation with the CEO of the Credit Guarantee and Investment Facility, Mr. Hongwei Wang. Hello, Mr. Wang. Thank you very much for your attendance here on Market Review. Such a nice thing to have you here. So I would like to use this first segment to know CGIF better. So what is actually CGIF's primary role when it comes to developing bond market, and how does it contribute to the region's economic growth?
Thank you for having me. Very privileged to be here.
Sure.
CGIF actually is a cooperation project of ASEAN government plus Chinese, Japan, and South Korean governments, and also ADB. So basically, it intends to provide a kind of public good, which is to support the development of local currency bond market. As you mentioned, that CGIF wants to be a very strong promoter of rupiah bond market.
Mm-hmm. So talking about the role, it is real important when it comes to supporting the growth of bond market in general. So we're also going to talk about Indonesia's bond market later on. So do you have anything to add on, please?
I think that the value of CGIF is provide a strong credit enhancement. Basically, CGIF held AA credit rating from S&P, and also AAA rating from Fitch and Profindo in the rupiah market. So it helps to protect the investors. That's the key.
Yeah, and of course protect the issuers. That's one of the services that had been provided by CGIF. So talking about the stakeholders that had been serviced or catered by CGIF, as you mentioned before, issuers and also investors. So what are the primary benefits that CGIF offers to issuers and investors?
A lot, I have to say. First of all, let me talk about the values we bring to the issuers. Typically, I think that there is a high requirement from the market on the part of the issuer. So we help to introduce new issuers to the market. We help to extend the tenure of the funding for the issuers. We support them with large size of funding. We support them in their ESG framework. So basically, what we have done is to help expand the investor base for the potential issuers. Mm-hmm. So I think that there are really a lot of benefits we can bring to the issuer. Mm-hmm. Okay. Likewise, we also bring value to the investor. As I said, CGIF is a key credit enhancement. We help to support the potential rating of the bonds from low rating to a AAA rating here in rupiah market. The purpose is to offer protection to the investor because the guarantees CGIF offers is unconditional and irrevocable. Basically, that says whenever there is non-payment on the part of the issuer, CGIF pays, which I think help to offer the biggest protection to the investors.
Mm-hmm. So talking about the new issuers in the bond issuing, what are the experience or what are the challenges that had been faced so far by the new issuers compared to experienced issuers? They already know how to do, but what are the challenges that had been faced by the new issuers, and what are the solutions that had been offered from CGIF to the new issuers?
Thank you for the question. I think the difficulties faced by the new issuers are a lot because the investors do not know your name, do not understand clearly the credit of the new issuer, and also in many times they do not have their credit limit internally approved for the issuers. So basically, there will be a very limited investor base for the issuer, which means that new issuers can find a lot of difficulties in accessing the bond market.
Okay, so talking about, again, we're going to use this segment to know better about CGIF. So what are some most significant achievements of CGIF in recent years, and how have these achievements benefited the region?
Well, I think that over the past 10, 15 years, we've been able to support our issuers with more than $4.3 billion of funding in ASEAN, mainly in ASEAN. Over 50% of the issuers are new issuers, and with relatively lower credit rating, which means without our support, they may not be able to access the bond market. And in particular, I think that to go along with these fundings, we not only support the financing needs, but also we support our issuers, clients, to improve on their ESG framework, on their ESG team, so that they will be able to reach a higher standard of ESG.
Okay, the ESG is one of the main considerations, especially when it comes to the point of view of investors. If they're decided to, absorb one of the investment portfolio, they also consider that. But since you are also providing the service, so the issuers can comply with the the thing that need to be fulfilled if they want to be catered by CGIF. That also will help them.
Absolutely, I believe that ESG is certainly a hot topic, and also ESG, people understand that it's good for the environment, for the social, and for the continued growth of the economy. And CGIF has been following a very high ESG standard, and also with that, we support our clients to be in compliance with high standards of ESG. So with every deal, we guaranteed, basically, there is a kind of verification from CGIF, so that investors will understand, okay, together with these bonds, CGIF together with issuers is doing good things in terms of ESG.
Yeah, that could be one of the trigger why the issuers or the next issuers or potential issuer will practice the ESG practices when it comes to their daily operations. So the achievements are there. Talking about the target in the future, what are the future plans of CGIF for expanding its operation and impact in the region, Mr. Wang?
Thank you. I think that, as I mentioned, that CGIF is a cooperation project of ASEAN Plus 3 government. We intend to continue to have impact on the local currency bond market. That's our mandate. Okay, we intend to do more high-quality deal in this part of the region, because we believe that the growth of local currency bond market help economic growth, help to support the financial stability in the region. And this is also highlighted by the government in this part of the region. So I think that we intend to continue to grow our business. And we have done that in last 2 years. We intend to continue to grow our business, and particularly in Indonesia.
Okay, for the potential issuers that had been or right now considering to have CGIF as their partner when it comes to bond issuing, what are the specific criteria that need to be fulfilled or to be met to qualify as an investor of issuer or issuer?
Certainly, bond is a credit product. Any issuer that would have to meet a certain credit criteria, so that we can provide our guarantee or support. So from the international rating scale, the minimum is BB minus. Okay, so we can only support entities, issuers of BB minus or higher ratings. So that's the rating requirement. We also make sure that they are not in the sectors prohibited by the ADB policies, because CGIF is also a trust fund of ADB. So basically, if those sectors are prohibited by the ADB, we cannot support. And last but not least is that the issuer needs to in full compliance with our ESG policies. I already emphasized that CGIF is keen to support our clients to be in full compliance with high ESG standards.
Okay, what about from the point of view of investor, what are the specific criteria that need to be fulfilled when it comes to the service that will be given by CGIF? We're going to talk about that later on the next segment, sir, after the break. And we'll be continuing our dialogue right after the break. Stay tuned with us. Thank you very much for staying with us, and we're still talking about the performance and potential of the bond market in Indonesia, and we're still having the dialogue with CEO of CGIF, Mr. Hong Wei Wang, and right now wearing batik. Thank you very much for wearing batik. You look great wearing batik, sir. So, Mr. Wang, as we already talked about before, you already mentioned the specific criteria when it comes to investors that must be met, the qualification of CGIF if they want to work with CGIF. We're not talking about yet about the specific criteria that need to be fulfilled by the investors. So what are those? Is there any specific criteria?
I would not use the word criteria. I would hope that the investors recognize the values CGIF can bring. One is the payment. I mentioned our guarantee is unconditional and irrevocable, which provide so much strong certainty. We'll make sure that, investment in the bonds, not make the final payment, standing by strongly for the payment. That is one. Another aspect is that investors tend to understand, together with our guarantee in supporting the credit, and we also make sure that the issuer complies with high ESG standards. They are not making negative impact on the environment. They are not making negative impact on the social aspects as well. So those are the values we hope that investors appreciate. So one of the important thing is that the services that had been presented by CGIF to make stakeholders that are including issuers and the first investors, so they can feel comfortable when it comes to bond issuing and first collecting bond as one of the investment portfolio from a point of view of the investors. So we're going to narrow the context into Indonesia as the market. So how has CGIF contributed to the growth of Indonesia's economy and bond market? Oh, that's a very good question. We all know that last 2 years, the European bond market is growing very strongly. I believe that before that, a lot of issuers from Indonesia will look for dollar funding rather than rupiah funding. But last 2 years, more issuers switched to local currency funding. I think that is a good thing to see. And also it shows that this market is growing, it's improving, it's able to satisfy a more funding needs from a local corporate. And I think that CGIF is a part of this progress. And what we have done particularly is, several aspects. First of all, we helped to bring new issuers, as I said earlier. We help to expand the investor base for the issuers who can issue by themselves, but with limited investor base. And also very, good aspect of support is we help to extend the tenure of the bonds. We all know that the bond duration in the European market tends to be short, okay, from 1 to 3 years. And last year, we did a deal for our valued client to extend to 7 years. What's the importance of that? The importance means that this market is deeper than before. It can be providing longer tenure financing support to the clients. That's the value.
Okay. The next question will be for our insight and, of course, the audience insights when it comes to the sector that lately had been considering or bond issuing as the one of the most favorable source of funding. So, what are the sectors that lately, keep issuing the bond just because they consider this as the favorable method?
Thank you. In fact, we are open to many sectors, and I think that CGIF is very positive on the economic growth of Indonesia. We like this market. We have been doing extremely well here, and what is particularly important, we will not stop here. We want to do more, and we will continue to invest more resources in this European market. And you talk about sectors. In fact, we have done deals in the service sector, retail sector. We also do very positive on renewable energy and the infrastructure sector. So basically, I think that unless they are in the sectors prohibited by the ADB, we are very positive in every sector we operate and we support.
Okay, so talking about the thing that CGIF will do in the near future, what are the future prospects for CGIF's collaboration with Indonesia, and how can these partnerships be further strengthened?
Thank you. I think that CGIF is very proud to engage in our business in the European market. And as I said, from my point of view, from the management, European market is the number one market for us. And in a very short time, our assets in Europe will be the number one. And we intend to continue to close more deals in this market. And we will continue to, do two things. One, if necessary, we'll increase the limit we given to the Indonesia. And second, we continue to increase our workforce so that they will have more close engagement with both issuers and investors.
Okay.
So those are the, and also we will do more marketing roadshows here to meet both issuers and the investors.
So, talking about investors' appetite, given the current developments and the new government, how do you foresee the investor appetite in the Indonesian bond market in 2025 and beyond? And this is going to be our last question if you want to wrap up.
Thank you. I think that the investors are much more active than before. And they are looking for, first of all, a good credit. That's for sure. And also, they are becoming more comfortable with long tenure, long duration, which I'm very happy to see. And one other aspect is that CGIF is looking for more innovative products, like project bond, like securitization. And we really see demand for those innovative products as well.
Last but not least, we're hoping nothing but the best for Indonesia's bond market and bond market in the region, or ASEAN +3. Thank you very much, Mr. Wong, for your attendance here in Market Review. See you on the next time or next episode of the dialogue in Market Review on IDX Channel. So that was our dialogue for today. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Wiki and see you on the next episode. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.